Right now it looks to be doing kind of shit. There we go. One of the next things I'm going to be doing here is developing some sort of phone app that will allow me to like track location versus like upload rate. So I'll have ChatGPT probably walk me through options on like different ways I can do that and their implementations. That'll be nice. I've been using ChatGPT a lot. Well, I guess not like crazy amount like some people. It's been getting spammed with a lot of bullshit. Oh, look at that. Damn, that's an old ass car. Nice. It's clean as shit too. Yeah, ChatGPT is fucking awesome. I've been using the shit out of it. Seems to be fading in and out of time. Yeah, what's up, Bandana? Welcome back. See, told you. It doesn't look that nice though, huh? Like I said. So, you guys can see that now. But yeah, because I really don't have like a solid idea of where I have what kind of service, like quality. It'll be in and out in different areas, and in some areas it'll be fine, other areas it'll just be totally out, so it just kind of depends on where we go. But yeah, once I get this app going, the intention is to like have this app running in the background on my phone while I go out for rides or whatever, and then have it just like try to upload, you know, a bunch of files and shit constantly, and see, basically end up with like a two-dimensional map of like available network strength. So, and the idea is that will give me like a part of the city that, you know, if I stick here, then we should have a pretty good stream quality. We'll see how today's goes though. We're not going to be trying to go anywhere crazy or, you know, long distance or whatever, so it should be fine. Oh, you know, I forgot to buckle my backpack to myself. Shit. Yeah, this road is working out nicely so far. I don't need to get between two SUVs. Yep, when I knew exactly that's what he was going to do. Sometimes it's better just to wait a couple seconds. Yeah, I've actually been wanting to talk with you guys about ChatGPT since I started using it. I discovered it on... Oh, come on. Really? 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 Not a single one of you honked? You're all just cool with that behavior? Anyway, like I was saying, let's see, so ChatGPT released on a Wednesday. I joined, I think it was Friday. It was either Friday or Saturday. You probably should. Oh, look, there's another motorcycle cop just hanging out right there. But yeah, ChatGPT is something else. Oh, the signal's kind of cutting out a little bit. What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is the latest product from OpenAI. It is a conversational AI bot that's actually really fucking good and like super convincing. Let's see, what did I do with me? Okay, they're in my pocket. So like, it's basically, you know, your typical chatbot thing, right? That people put up a website for. It's been slow going, but it's been going well. That's the nice thing. But you've probably been hearing about things like GPT, GPT-2, right? GPT-3. Well, ChatGPT is basically GPT 3.0 and is already disrupting the industry this much, I could only imagine. I can't even imagine. Here's the quality again. There we go. But yeah, if this is 3.5, 4.0 is going to be something insane. Like, I don't even know what to imagine for what a 4.0 would provide. Because ChatGPT, as it is already super strong. There's been a few times that I've interacted with ChatGPT where it like totally threw me for a loop or caught me off guard with some shit, and there was a couple responses that were like frighteningly good, like terrifyingly good. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but if you've ever interacted with these AI systems before, you probably already have an idea of that kind of response. But I don't know, ChatGPT kind of like, the way I explain it to people who haven't heard about it yet, or like help people how to better use it, is actually, nah, let's not go that way. Maybe, oh, we might have to go that way anyway. We'll go up and then turn around, I guess. So I basically treat it like it is a genius buddy of mine who is drunk a lot of the time. And what I mean by that is that ChatGPT is essentially this entity that you can just ask it whatever, right, in plain English, right? You don't have to Googleify it. And it answers you as if it was like a friend you were talking to or some like industry expert you were talking to. It's pretty wild. Now, it's not perfect, but it's like, if you don't spend too much time with it, it's pretty, it has an easy time of like convincing you that it's perfect or pretty near perfect. But the further you push it, the further you kind of like see its limitations. But even then, it's like you're frustrated because you feel like you're not able to explain properly or like what you want, or it's not understanding what you want properly. It's totally different like frustration and problem seemingly than AI bots in the past. I don't know, it's just, if you haven't used it, you have to try it out. Basically anything you do on this planet, you could probably find a use case for ChatGPT. Oh yeah, no, it can write all sorts of shit. Like I said, the majority of what I do on it is like software related stuff, but I've had it write a couple like short stories about things and whatnot. Like I had it do a battle between Pikachu and Raichu, and even though I'm not like super familiar with the lore myself, it was pretty good. But it's pretty insane. Yeah, basically anyone who does like any kind of work essentially can use ChatGPT in some manner or form. It's like giving you access to someone who more or less knows everything about the subject that you want to know about. You just really need to get good at asking it, you know, helping it understand the context of what you're asking and the information that you want out of it. This is where prompt engineering really starts to come into play. Kind of like, you know, any of you guys who've been messing with like DALL-E or Midjourney or any of those other AI tools where you give it a prompt and you get an output, right? This is sort of the same thing where you give it a prompt and you get an output, but it's threaded. It's all within a thread that you can look back on and reference. Might as well just keep going straight. This road is doing okay for now. And what they recently added, not every account has it, but I noticed it's on my account. I think all the people spamming the tool with bullshit are starting to get like, not necessarily blocked, but definitely throttled, and they're not getting like all the cool new features right away. Because OpenAI updates ChatGPT like every couple days, if not every day. And so I saw this thing pop up like 2 days ago, after they mentioned it in the updates, was chat thread. So now when I log into my ChatGPT, I can see all my threads on the left hand side, and you can rename them. And when you start new threads after that update, it'll create a thread after you ask it a question, and then it'll name the thread intelligently based on what you asked it, like what the conversation was about. It's insane. And then like you can just go back to a previous thread and like continue it as if it's insane. It's awesome what they've done with this so far, how quickly they've been making changes and improvements. It's been awesome. I love ChatGPT, and it already is basically just like another tool in the toolbox, kind of like, you know, Google was. ChatGPT is exactly what a lot of people like myself have been actually looking for, that we've been trying to get out of Google, right? And like here, I always forget there's a park out here that you end up invading if you don't turn around. Are there signs for this shit? There's gotta be signs, right? I just miss them every time I end up there. But yeah, the crazy thing about ChatGPT is like I can take a whole like class that I've written in C# and paste it in there, and it'll be like, oh, this is a class that does this and that, and then it does it by doing it this way. And it's just insane, its ability to understand things that you put into it. And the funny thing too is if you go to ChatGPT and just ask it like, hey, can you write code, or like, can you program, it'll say some shit like, I am a, you know, large language model and blah 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 blah, I'm not capable of writing code for you, but if you have a specific question, I can answer it and whatever, right? But then if you just ask it like, hey, write me like, I don't know, a simple calculator app in C++ or something like that, right? It'll do it. It'll tell you it can't. And then if you ask it, and this isn't just with programming, this is with a lot of different things. If you ask ChatGPT whether or not it can do something, a lot of the time it'll say that it can't. But if you ask ChatGPT to give you an example of said thing, it has no problem doing that, which is pretty funny, just as a side note. But yeah, it's been a great tool. It's been awesome, and I definitely see myself using it long term. Like if it just fucking disappears tomorrow, I'm gonna have a panic attack. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, because this tool has just been fucking awesome. Of a chat box where you can enter in text and get a response, right? That's all it is right now. There's no API, there's no customization, there's none of that shit yet. Later down the road, when they add an API, in fact, they've already added shit for the Discord bot, and I really want to bring ChatGPT into my Discords as a Discord bot. I just don't know exactly how it would what it would do, like what it would be responsible for. And I'm sure we might get options for specific training data, right? So like maybe similar to GitHub Copilot, you could quote unquote train the model on your project that you're working on, right? Is it's better at understanding code that you give it than writing code, even if it's like super complex. Like if you give it really complex code that you wrote and you ask it to like analyze it, it's pretty good at doing that. It'll write comments and all this other shit too if you wanted to. But if you ask it, like if you try to get to that same kind of complex level of result from it writing it from scratch, it's really not going to go well. Where ChatGPT's strength right now, in my opinion, lies in regarding programming is in like I asked like, oh my god, this is perfect. So I needed I was building a list, you know, component for the new Chatmate website, and just to test things out, I needed a list of item names, right, to populate the list with, obviously. And I could have, you know, gone and just typed out, you know, new string array, open curly braces, you know, do all the bullshit and actually build out the string myself. Or I could just go to ChatGPT and ask it to build me a string that represents, you know, however many numbers spelled out by their name, right? And it was perfect. It gave me exactly what I wanted back. It built a variable called, you know, numbers or list items or whatever. It was a string array, and it started with 1 and went on to 20, spelled out by name. It was perfect. It was exactly what I was asking for, and it took like 2 fucking seconds, right? It takes you longer to tell ChatGPT what you want it to do, usually, than for it to actually do that. It's pretty insane, because like it starts typing its response, and it's like it's very surreal feeling how it'll start typing within like 2-3 seconds, and then when it is typing, it's not like, okay, let me look that up for you or whatever. It's like, no, it's typing the answer right the fuck now, or like the best answer it could put together, right? I don't know, it's a weird feeling with it. Oh, I don't know about Neuralink. That one kind of scares me a little bit. The way Elon's been acting recently, it's like, is this 9 times out of 10 when it runs into like a response character limit, I am able to get it to continue from where it left off, and I'm able to get, you know, thousands of lines of code that way. One thing that I thought was really interesting too, and it was kind of like, it felt really weird. Like, it felt like, I don't know how to explain it. So I'll just tell you guys what happened, and maybe you guys can kind of empathize with what I was feeling. But I saw somebody had convinced ChatGPT in a conversation to act like a Unix terminal, right? And only respond with what a Unix terminal would show as a response to any given input. And what he got as a result was more or less what you expect. A terminal screen that had a file system that looked Unix based and he was able to, like, not only, you know, ls to list shit in the folder, but he was able to like cd around and all sorts of different shit like that. So I was like, oh, that's dope. Let me see if I can, you know, I'm not going to put so much effort into trying to convince ChatGPT that it's a terminal as he did, but I'm going to try the same thing with a Windows command prompt. Let's see if it can do that, or like a DOS or something like that, right? And it's like, all right, no problem, and throws up like a little command prompt looking window. It doesn't actually pull up a window, it just types into a code block, and it kind of makes it look like a terminal. And there it is, you know, typical file system of a fresh Windows installation. But there's an extra file there on the root directory called test.txt. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because you have to keep in mind, it's not like ChatGPT is spinning up a fucking VM somewhere and like giving you the output of that. There is no computer. There is no terminal in real life. It's imagining this terminal and giving you what it should look like according to ChatGPT, which is already mind-blowing onto, you know. So there's this extra text file, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go and cat into the text file, the text file. It's labeled test.txt. And lo and behold, you know, ChatGPT cats it. It opens the file in the editor, right? And or pastes it into the terminal. And in there, I see together. It's like just a couple random like English sentences saying, oh, this is a test file and blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's so fucking weird. I don't remember asking for anything like this or whatever it is, you know. And so I asked ChatGPT, like, hey, why did you add that, why did you put that test.txt file in there? And I don't remember exactly what its response was, but it kind of like blew me away a little bit. And it was like, well, typically, hello? You look like you were going a lot faster 2 seconds ago. Typically, what did it say? It said, I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember the exact words, but it was something along the lines of, that is something that you, that I assumed that you would be looking for, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the words were, but it kind of like freaked me out a little bit, because it's like making shit up to kind of give me what, or what it thinks I'm expecting. And that's another part of ChatGPT to be aware of as well, is that it lies a lot sometimes, depending on what you're asking it about. Like, if it doesn't know something, it doesn't necessarily always say, hey, I don't know. It kind of just lies to you or makes shit up to like go along with whatever narrative it's trying to put together. Like, it tries its best to give you accurate information, but sometimes it just straight up lies. And the thing is, though, is if you know, call it out on lying to you, 9 times out of 10 it'll like, you're correct, you know, I did misspeak or miswrite or whatever it was, it's actually this, you know. And it's like, okay, why couldn't you just say that the first fucking time? It's an interesting tool and experience. Basically, it's baby steps. Hopefully it's getting better now. Guess we'll see. Yeah, well, everything that ChatGPT responds with is, you know, trained on tons of bullshit up until I think like December or like July or something is when they stopped. Oh no, I think it was last year. Yeah, it's knowledge base for trying to bring us back. There we go. All right, so we won't be going that way. I've turned around. We'll basically be heading back the same route, since it seemed pretty solid on the signal there, as far as I can tell. Oh, you sat here for so long. Okay, come on, man. Oh wow, Jesus Christ. Let's see, am I gonna have room? Yeah. Always enjoy climbing that. No, I'm not doing 62, the fuck? Liar. You bought a condenser microphone. Like a USB microphone? Oh, gotcha. What'd you get? There's got to be like all sorts of options for condensers nowadays. I'm still using the good old Blue Yeti. out here. Must be making some additions. Measure from 5 to 50 kilohertz. Company literally makes the flattest response mic on the market. And it's not fun having to play any, mini, miny, mo with different mics and their sound profiles. Oh yeah, it's starting to get cold. I think I gotta go this way. Yeah. I think I might get myself to a spot where I can get some food ordered. Just gotta keep in mind motorcycle cops with literally nothing better to do apparently are hanging out in one of these fucking little outlets. Unfortunately for me, because that's the only police vehicle at this point that can actually catch me on this thing. Those police bikes are no joke. Like, this thing is fast, but not motorcycle cop fast. Like here somewhere, right? Or further down? I think they were further down. I can't remember exactly. I think they're like 12 or 1300. This is 1,000. That's where they were hiding. Looked like, I feel like it was there. Not warm. Signal back. There we go. Somewhat. Hey, there's signal. Yeah, so I was basically just working on stuff this whole weekend, more or less preparing for this next transition here. Done with the day job after this week. I'm off today. We got 4 more days, really 3 more days and like 1 hangout day left at the day job. So I think this is the way I want to go. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've come back around it. Oh, there you go. 2 terabytes would be nice. Yeah, I still haven't installed Windows 11 on a personal machine yet. Got a bunch of smart lights, nice. I've been adding in to the new chatmate the Philips Hue integration stuff, as well as the TTS stuff I've been working on. Coming along. They're very complex, both of them, so it takes a bit of time. Move, bitches. I'm hungry. Alright, looks like signal is going to be pretty spotty. Let me see if I can Can I order here without taking my helmet off? Like, to go? Is that gonna work? I wanna see. Is that douchey? Should I just take my helmet off? To head out of Mel's just now, and the dude asked me about the GoPro. He's like, "Oh, you record everything you do?" Like, yeah, that's a usual question, or a common question I get from people. Is like, "Oh, you record everything?" Because I guess even in 2022, it's not so common for people who don't ride motorcycles to see people who do with a camera, right? So I guess most guys still ride around with no camera, which is kind of like, I don't know, it's a comfort thing. Like, I like to at least know that if I'm gonna get slammed by some car or whatever, like, that at the worst it's gonna be recorded, right? And I'm gonna have evidence of exactly what happened and how. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of that you heard. I don't know, redeem themselves or whatever, or make their girlfriend stop crying, stop laughing in the passenger seat, only to make her laugh harder. Oh, I don't know, whatever. I'm not gonna say it's not fun though. I have an excuse to twist the throttle every now and then, but it's just like, it doesn't last that long. I don't even get to get it into the next gear by the time I'm like down the street. I don't know if you know this, but on this specific motorcycle, the gearing that I've got on it hits 70 miles an hour in first gear. It's kind of unnecessary, but gives you an idea as to like the kind of scale of speeds we're talking about. Apparently the air quality is shit right now in my county. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, because the government could force them, you know, to do anything, right? But it's just like, it's mostly private companies, and it's kind of the government too, but realistically though, dude, when you think about it, I mean, the only reason the government isn't crazy about making improvements is because all these companies that don't want to spend the money to do that are telling them not to be excited about it, not to push it, right? So realistically, at the end of the day, you could solve both problems. You couldn't wait for me to pass you in like 2 seconds. Oh, you're all stuffed up? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, out here it's just been like really foggy. We've had a bunch of like fog warnings and whatnot, but nothing crazy. It's just been like, you know, looking like this. In fact, this is much better based on the fog base, but just gloomy as fuck clouds all day long. Last couple days though, it was super foggy. Visibility was trash. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Ah. Ah. Oh wait, there's a buddy. Crackheads. The best of Sacramento people. I don't know if you can see her from this angle. She is wildin'. But look, there's a buddy. Yeah, fog I don't mind, actually. I don't really mind fog too much. It's, hello? What are you doing? It's like, anything under 40 though, really don't want to ride out in that. I don't know where you're going, so I'm just gonna move over. Alright. With that though, I'm gonna probably end stream here. We're pretty close to, oh, pretty close to where we kind of started out, actually. Somewhat. But yeah, I still got a little bit of ways to go to get home with my food. But now I have food, so I'll be home in a little bit. I'm gonna end the stream now, and I'll see you guys for the next stream, whenever that is, hopefully soon. Like I said, day job is done this week, so like I'll be in a totally, you know, much better mindset for everything, right? But yeah, that's gonna be the end for this one. I'll see you guys next time. I will end the stream now. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Yeah, see you, Bandana. It's always fun. I love the moto streams. This one seemed to go pretty damn well as far as the signal strength is concerned. So, you know, if you guys have any feedback, you can type them in the chat. I have a Twitch page open at home, so I can like catch up with your guys' messages after the stream ends. If you guys have any feedback on how the stream went overall and your thoughts and whatever else, I can read that when I get back. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for riding with me. I appreciate it. See you next time. If it would load the damn tool. Hey, there we go. Bye. Oh shit, son.